The first thing I did to lose weight as a fat man was fixing up my diet. Just a disclaimer, you can eat all of the most healthy foods, but if you're eating too much of them, you're still going to gain weight. You need to stick to the calorie deficit while you eat these foods. The main foods you want to be consuming during this time are whole foods, are foods that come from the earth, that are good for you, that will allow your body to perform at optimum levels. Some of these whole foods include meat, eggs, fruit, vegetables, things that come from the earth that aren't artificially created, essentially. 80% of your whole diet, obviously if you can get it to 100%, that's amazing, but being realistic, 80 to 90% of your diet is just these whole foods, these good foods. These foods are not going to mess up your hormones. They're going to make sure you build more muscle, and they're going to make sure you lose more fat. You still need to be in a calorie deficit. You can't eat 10,000 calories of broccoli and expect yourself to not gain weight. You want to be eating these good foods while you're in the deficit. When you wake up, I don't care if it's breakfast time and you want cereal, go and have some eggs. Then for lunch, go and have some meat, add a few vegetables. As a snack, I want you eating fruit. I don't want you eating the chocolate. I don't want you eating the sweets. Of course, there's going to be times where you can't stop the craving. I understand this. I do the same thing. But for the majority of the time, your snacks should be fruit. Fruit tastes amazing. It's simply so good for you as well. So yeah, your snacks should be fruit. And then for dinner, more meat, eggs, just eat these whole foods. These whole foods are going to supplement muscle growth. They're going to help you lose weight, and they're going to help you become healthy and actually feel good while you're losing weight, not like you're a zombie. My diet was terrible. I used to eat the junk food, you know, the McDonald's, the KFC, the sweets, the chocolate. I ate that all day like a locust, but I changed my perspective around food. I saw it not as an enemy, but as an ally in a sense, that it can help me lose weight, help me look good. The second thing that really helped me lose weight as a fat man was getting my steps in. You hear so many people tell you about all the different types of cardio you should do. You should do the stepper machine, you should do running, you should do jogging, you should do sprinting, you should go swimming. Sure, you can do all of those things and lose weight, but I think the best way, or the best way for me, which I'm sure is the same for you, would be just getting your steps in, going for walks. It is incredibly easy to go for a walk compared to going for a run. I can tell you that because I've tried both, and I didn't stick to the running, but I stick to the steps. I stick to getting the 10,000 steps in a day instead of doing the 5K run every day. I did 10K steps a day minimum. If I went over, that's fine. If I went under, you're getting up and you're walking around your house. You may even need to leave your house and go and walk. I don't care if it's late at night. You get your steps in. You want to transform yourself. You want to lose the weight. We'll take it seriously. This action right here, this decision of getting into shape is probably one of the biggest decisions, most important decisions you will ever make, and you have to dedicate yourself to it. So if you've already done 8,000 steps and it's 10 p.m. at night, you better get up and start walking, because that is what helped me, and that is what's going to help you. Now, obviously, if it's 3 a.m., go to sleep. Sleep is very important for weight loss. And that actually brings me to my third point, which is sleeping. Now, you may be wondering, how can sleeping help lose weight? Well, many studies actually show a correlation between sleeping more and gaining more muscle and losing more fat. If you get a little bit more sleep at night, maybe get an extra hour sleep at night, this is really going to help you lose fat and build muscle. It's also going to increase your testosterone levels as well, because testosterone is produced while you are sleeping. It was kind of like this easy thing I could do without having to do anything really that tough. I just had to go to bed earlier. That was it. If you're finding it difficult to lose weight and you're doing all the other steps, maybe this step of not getting good enough sleep could be the main factor behind you still being fat. Get to bed earlier, because that's what your body needs. Stop scrolling on TikTok at night. Just go to bed and have a good night's rest. Wake up the next day refreshed, ready, and you're going to get leaner. You're going to lose the weight. The next thing that I did to get in shape lose the weight as a fat man was combining high levels of motivation and high levels of discipline together. Now, discipline is a very difficult skill to learn, but when you start going to the gym, when you start delaying gratification, when you say no to the junk foods, your discipline starts to slowly increase. But motivation comes and goes. You can't rely on it. But when your motivation is really high, that's really good. You can really tap into that to go and do the right habits, go and lose the weight, eat the good foods, go and do the hard gym session. So do not neglect the impact that motivation can have on your mood, on your progress. We also need to make sure we've combined that motivation with discipline. There will be days where you have no motivation at all. Still happens to me. Some days I do not want to go to the gym. I want to eat whatever I want. But guess what? If I just listened to my motivation only, or lack of motivation, I would not have the physique I have now. I would be fat. What got me here was discipline as well as the motivation combined together. So motivation is like a nice little treat for you. Maybe once a week you'll have really high motivation to go do that session, to go have a good diet. But the rest of the days, it's going to come down to your self-discipline. Couple up, really tap in to this motivation when you can, but always make sure discipline is unprecedented in your whole life, because without it, you're not going to get anywhere, especially in weight loss. No discipline, you're not going to get to your goals. You're not going to lose the weight. You're not going to look good. And I don't think you want to look into the mirror and not smile at the physique that you've built. I look into the mirror every day. I smile. I'm happy because discipline got me this physique, as well as small levels of motivation, but you cannot rely on it. Another thing that I did to get lean was actually use competition. What helped me lose the weight was competing against peers and also others around me. I would challenge my peers. I would say, let's see who can have the cleanest diet this week. We would send pictures of what foods we were eating and we would try and be as honest as we possibly can. It kept me accountable. It made me think, okay, well, I don't want to eat that food because I'm going to have to send it into the group chat and everyone's going to see that I lost this week for not having the best diet. Or we would go do a challenge and go see who's the most active in a week. These little challenges, though they seem small, this competition is really, really good at getting you to your goals. You know, having other people doing the same thing and you wanting to beat them, even if you don't beat them, you're still making lots more progress than if you were doing it alone. Though it's small and though you can get into shape and lose the weight, even if you have no one else around you to compete with, it could still be a nice touch to your fat loss, your progress, because it makes things a lot easier for you. It's like your brain goes into autopilot mode where it wants to compete, and it wants to win. And so you make progress to your goals without really having to do much.